because it's time to run the wires. Time to get these wires ran. And like I said, I got my diagram, and I did this based off of what I've seen from the other schoolies. And basically, like I said, I was running in parallel. I said that the other day on the video. So I'm going to be running all the positives to positives. And I've got them broken down into zones. What's going on, y'all? Today's the day. The Marine and a schoolie. Here's the Marine. There's the schoolie. About to start this journey.
Hello everyone, I'm Reginald Wallace. After 24 years of service in the United States Marine Corps, I decided to convert a school bus into a tiny home to explore the country that I served. Join me on this journey, the build and the road trip of a Marine and a schoolie.
All right. Now, I've got to run it from each switch to the power closet. All right. Well, I'm back here in the power closet, and I did not record because I have limited space and I don't have my truck parked back here like I used to. So I'm just going to show you what I've got up here now. This is my DC to DC battery charger. So I don't know if I talked about this before, but I bought an isolator, but I was told that this is a little bit better, and then plus it's got 60 amps on it, so it gives me plenty of power. It'll regulate the amperage that goes into my batteries, and then also when my batteries actually get fully charged, this will actually shut itself off and keep it from overcharging my batteries. So that's what that is. And then this is my on and off switch. So at any point that I have I need to do any work or maintenance on my power section, I can just simply turn it off, which is in the off position now. I can turn it off, and that will shut all the power off from my batteries, allowing me to work on it without having to worry about being injured or anything. And then these are my negative and positive bus bars, which will actually attach to the battery, and then everything else running in will actually attach to these. So the batteries, wherever my batteries are down here, wherever my batteries are, this will run directly to my batteries, positive and negative. And then so like I've got my 12 volt fuse box up here, that's going to get wired. It's going to get a positive. It's got a positive and negative. It'll go into my bus bars. You see the box? Yeah. And then I got my battery shunt. Now that is for my monitor. I've got an actual battery monitor, so that'll tell me what type of power I have available. So with this right here is the shunt that will run between that monitor to the batteries. So that's what I got so far. Now I've brought my wires all back, and I've got my wires laid out. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and strip these wires down and go ahead and get them connected into my fuse block. I've got to go and buy fuses, but I want to go ahead and get that wired up so I don't have to worry about that. And that'll be my first step. And then I've got one battery, and I'm going to probably charge it tonight. And then that way, on my next day out, I can bring the battery out and plug it up and see if my lights actually work. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done. Yeah, it's a little difficult. This thing hanging up. I might go change it. Ooh. Oh, I didn't mean to show y'all that. I'm gonna have to go change it. Alright, so what I did is utilizing my fuse box, my fuse block. I went ahead and got all my lights set up. Well, they're all plugged in, and so is my stove. So like I said, I got to charge my battery. And once I get my battery charged, I'll bring it out here. Hopefully tomorrow, I'll get it charged and bring it out and just do a test to see if they actually work. So, but I've got to go and get the cables so I can attach the battery to my positive and negative bus bar. But that'll be my next step. But I'm gonna get back to I've got to strip these wires and hook up the lights, and I've already hooked up the stove, And then, so like I said, I got to strip the wires, hook up the lights, and that'll pretty much be it for the day. I'm gonna try to do my DC wires, or my AC 110, 120, but I'm not sure. I want to go back and revisit my plan to make sure that I don't waste any of this wire, because this stuff is 200 and some odd bucks a roll. So I mean, I've got 250 feet to play with, but I don't want to waste it, because like I say, I'm gonna be running. It's gonna be a plug in this corner over here. It's gonna be plugs here, plug here, plug here, plug on this side, plug here for my refrigerator. So I just want to make sure that I've got it together, and plus I want to get some of this stuff out of the way, because a lot of this stuff is still in my way. So I'm gonna go ahead and start stripping some wires. I'm not gonna record just because it'll just be me standing over there. You just see me standing off in the distance. So when I do start getting some stripped off, I may actually pick up the camera and give you a bird's eye view of what it looks like. Well, I will do that, but yeah. So if I don't come back, like, subscribe. Rain and Schoolie, Semper Fi. What's going on, Marina and Schoolie? Hey, as you can see, I'm not in the bus. Had to come out and get some new drill bits, some wire strippers, some more nails or screws, and then I wanted to get these, because twisting wires together is a total pain in the you-know-what. So I've seen a couple other schoolies using these, and basically what it does, it allows you to connect both of the positives from your switch, and then you stick in your positive from your actual appliance or light without having to twist anything together, and it makes that connection. So a lot easier. So that's what I'm going to be using these for. But I'm not getting back on the bus tonight, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this thing down. I'm gonna find the right drill bits, because these are not the right drill bits. Yeah, this is not the right drill bit. But we'll be back at this thing tomorrow. I'm gonna finish up putting in my beams on the roof, or my slats on the roof, and once I finish that up, then I'm gonna start working on the exterior walls, because I need to get some more of that wood out of the bus, so I can start running my ACs, my AC 110 and 120. I know I talked about that today, but I just found I have so much stuff in the way on the side where I need it the most. Instead of me having to move all that stuff to another side, I'm just gonna go ahead and put the work in, get that stuff out of the way, and then I'll go ahead and run my Romex cables. So, like I said, we got our lights done. I got the stove connected. I do have to add the switch for the fan in the bathroom, and I did get that in the other day. So I appreciate you guys continuing to watch, continuing to follow. And my new saying is, one small step for the Marine, one giant step for the Marine and the Schoolie. So I appreciate you guys continuing to watch and follow. Please hit that like button if you like it. Hit the don't like button if you don't like it. And then also hit that bell so you can get those notifications when we put new videos out. Continue to spread the word. Thank you all again very much. And as always, like, subscribe. Marine and the Schoolie. Semper Fi.